Cancer. So there's something a little strange going on with your energy, Cancer, and it could be the full moon. I don't know. But I had planned on doing this yesterday, and so I was getting all ready to do it, and I was, meditating on the Cancer energy, which I feel very connected to. I have a Cancer rising. I'm, very moon in tune, right? So, and being a Pisces, I feel like Cancers and Pisces are so similar. So anyway, I was trying to get into, your energy, feel out the Cancer vibes and all these things, okay? So long story short, I did pick up so many messages for you in preparation, and then I kind of ran out of time, and I was going to put it off till later. But then when I came back to do it, I ended up being dragged down this whole other path. And so once again, I had to postpone it. So once again today, I sat down and I started to try to sink into it again and get ready to do this. And once again, I'm getting all these strange messages. A lot of them I don't even remember. But if they come up, then they come up. And I'll talk about them in the reading. So anyway, so before this, as I was preparing, I just sort of got this message that, like, yesterday when I got dragged down this whole other road, which was basically, I had this completely different message coming in for me, which, I mean, I had to follow it. I had to follow it because it was foreshadowed to me previously. It's hard to explain, okay? But I was like, okay, well, I better follow this, right? And then I did, and then it just seemed like this goose chase, this nonsensical sort of distraction. My cat, I don't know if you can hear him, but this weird distraction that sort of took me away from my goal for a minute. And anyway, so then leading up to right now, I knew that I had to share that with you because I feel like there's some connection there, like something in your life or someone in your life perhaps, or you, I feel like maybe was dragged off into another direction, like some sort of weird distraction that in the end didn't make a whole lot of sense in purpose, but then it did make sense, or it's going to make sense shortly. I don't know if that makes any sense right now, but I feel like if that resonates with you somehow, whatever the weird, distracting waste of time, something like this, it's gonna be important somehow to something else or someone else. I don't know, okay? I wish I did. So one of the repeating things that came up was a song, and it's by Cage the Elephant, and it's called Cold, 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 okay? And I was hearing it in my head, and this was before, this was yesterday in the afternoon when I was just starting to try to pick up what I might need to talk about, or what, emotions were there, things going on in the Cancer collective. And so I listened to this song, which I know very well, but I listened with intent, right? So something about a doctor, that's the first word of the song, I believe. God, now I don't know, right? But I believe the first word of the song is doctor. And now I can't think of any of the lyrics because my mind has just gone blank. And for some reason I knew that there was something important there. Some of you might need to see a doctor, literally, so do so if you feel that's applicable. And I guess that's really all I'll say about that, except that I was trying to pull an oracle for you, and I was pulling from the deck that I wanted to use, and I guess that's another thing I should tell you. When I got here to pick it up, everything was in disarray. Apparently that's how I left it. I know no one else has been in here. None of my cats have been in here. It was very deliberately in disarray, as if that's how I had left it, which is unusual for me to do. So maybe that's something else for you too. So I was originally going to use the Enchanted Map Oracle for you. That's the one I was planning to use for everybody. And I'm shuffling and I'm shuffling and I'm trying to get, and it felt completely wrong. It felt completely wrong. I was like, shit. Okay, well, what do I do? And that song started playing again, Cancer. I started hearing cold, cold, cold. And it hit me that I was supposed to, for some reason, pull from this deck, which is the Season of the Witch Yule Oracle, okay? And so I did. And then as soon as I got these cards, I knew that I needed to just start recording because this is insane. First card out was Cardinal Medicine. Did I not say something about a doctor in that song? Cold, 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 Cage the Elephant. You might want to look it up, listen to it. Cardinal Medicine was the second card out. First card, sorry, the second card out was Hearth in reverse. Hearth or hearth, however you want to say this. It's a fireplace, right? Fire, warmth, in reverse. Cold. I mean, it's blowing my mind. So the Hearth card says, may your warmth take in the gazing flame, upon the shivers they melt away. But it's in reverse. Cardinal Medicine says, and that's card number 19. Cardinal Medicine says, thyself bleeds of sacredness, an honor fit for the gods. You are worth all the seas and all the skies and all the desires you hold inside. Which I just read that now for the first time. That does remind me, and I don't remember what made me think of this. What was that? I wish I could remember what it was, Cancer, but it was yesterday, right around the time that I got that cold, cold, cold song. I got something else that I made a mental note to tell you not to settle for less than you deserve, to remind you to keep your own value, your own worth in mind. So I feel like there's something that's going to compromise you, or maybe, but what I wanted to say was there's something that's going to ask you to compromise, and you know better. You know you deserve better. You know that it's beneath your value. I don't know what that means, but that's what I thought and was feeling, okay? So let's move on into this reading. And like I said, if I think of anything else that I've forgotten at this point, I mean, it's just been very strange, Cancer. So that's 19. Hearth is number 3, which is, no, what am I doing? Okay, there we go. So I already read you that. So this is about partnership, honoring the sacred self, uniqueness. And I'm sorry about the lighting. I couldn't get set up properly either, so my lighting is like off to the side and this is all weird and I don't know. Okay. But you're Cancer. I feel like I can be, myself and be honest with you, because I feel like most of you probably know how it goes, right? Just what is happening. Honoring the sacred self and uniqueness, okay? Cardinals represent devotion, loyalty, and unity, values that are essential to a loving, happy companionship. Receiving Cardinal Medicine is a sign that a loving partnership is close at hand. Like our feathered friend's song, your partner is sending out a vibration, calling you to notice them. Be open-minded, as cardinals are also symbols of uniqueness. Your potential love may be interesting and different, but no less extraordinary. Cardinals mate for life, so any new relationships in the coming months could have the potential to lead to marriage or long-term partnerships. Cardinals also represent self-empowerment. They are a reminder that a partnership doesn't mean a loss of yourself. If you are currently in a relationship, you are being guided to be a part of the whole without losing what makes you unique. Your sense of self is an asset to your partner. You bring things to the table that the other lacks and vice versa. Always remember that your unique, beautiful magic is why your partner loves you to begin with. Or it should be, right? Okay. So this Hearth card, now, there's no reversal interpretations in this book, but I'm just going to read you what it says and we'll see what comes of that. So, the Hearth. Come, dear, and sit by the fire. Hearth comes to a reading when you are cold, rigid, or perhaps seeing things only from a logical perspective. Okay, so the fact that it came out reverse, maybe, like I said, I feel like you could be dealing with someone who's cold, but maybe you, typical Cancer, right? Maybe you are dealing with somebody and you're giving a little too much, or you're being a little too warm to someone who maybe doesn't deserve it. And maybe you are coming from a place of emotionality, as us water signs often do. And maybe if you're dealing with somebody who's cold and logical, it's not translating, right? So maybe we need to flip that. Maybe you need to be a little bit more cold, and maybe you need to be a little bit more logical and rigid. Okay. You're being guided to warm your soul and to experience life from the heart. Maybe some of you are being guided to that. I don't know, but it's in reverse, so I'm feeling like the majority, it's going to be the opposite. So take whatever I'm saying opposite. So maybe you need to cool your heart, cool your soul, shut your heart down a little bit. I don't know. Your emotions don't care about logic or reason. The heart feels what it feels, and in this situation, your heart is wiser than your mind. Okay, maybe the opposite is true. Maybe your mind is wiser than your heart at this time. It's really up to you. I mean, this should resonate for you intuitively. I don't want to guide you in any direction. So take this and flip it, or take this as it's written. It's up to you. Listen to your inner knowing to guide you. You may feel conflicted. Your mind might be telling you to be more practical, more responsible, or more sensible. This is your ego operating from a place of fear. Your soul knows what you need now, and it is letting you know through what you feel. Allow this wisdom to be heard, and that all will be well. Allow this wisdom to be heard, and that all will be, okay. All will be well. Well, okay. I feel like this card is kind of typical of Cancer energy, as it is, as it stands. So that's another reason why I don't necessarily think that most of you need to take this as it was written. Because I feel like, once again, I think Pisces and Cancer are very similar. And I think that we both kind of lead from our heart, right? We are very transparent that way. We love pretty freely, honestly. We aren't usually trying to play games with anyone. We're just trying to love them. It's the rest of the world that's usually playing games, right? And being all weird because they aren't comfortable with emotions, and we are. We're very comfortable, and we don't care. We don't care how messy it looks either, right? So the fact that it came out in reverse, I don't think is a coincidence or an accident at all. I think that's exactly how it was supposed to come out. Because I feel like you maybe need to tap into that cold, cold, cold. Cold as ice. I'm going to see if we can get one more, and then I'm going to jump into the tarot. This is probably going to be longer than most of the readings I was planning to do, because this is just very strange. And like I said, it is a full moon, and you are Cancer, so you got to be kidding me. Reindeer medicine is what came out. Reindeer medicine, cardinal medicine. I can't believe this, Cancer. Okay, this is the buck moon right now, the Capricorn full moon that we have right now in your opposite sign of Capricorn, which is why I'm doing your reading right now, because it's your opposite sign and you are the moon, Cancer. So I feel like you might be very affected at this time. This is the buck moon right now that we're having. There's a moon in his antlers. And I mean, the buck is, it's all about the antlers. I wish I knew the story right now. My mind is just blown. So excuse me for not being able to access all the random facts or whatever I have about these things. But this is about, this moon is literally about these antlers, and they're reaching maturity at this time. Something to that effect, right? Their antennae, kind of a psychic antennae as well, because this is a super moon. And it's like, I don't know, everything is stronger, everything is magnified, and this is blowing my mind right now. So another card of medicine, like I said, I don't know if that's a metaphor or literal, but please think about it and decide for yourself whether you literally need a doctor or if something in your life maybe needs a remedy, right? Okay, this is blowing my mind. Number 28. So we had 3, 19, and 28. This one says, journey into the depths of your soul, an awakening of sights revealed. It is time for no time at all. No, oh, I read that. No, it is time for no time at all, for all is presently here. That is what it says. It is time for no time at all, for all is presently here. What the hell does that mean? 28. This is crazy. Okay, so this is about inner strength, journeys, fighting for your dreams. Okay. Reindeers are hardy and majestic creatures. Unlike other animals, they are the only ones who keep their antlers all year long, carrying them like crowns atop their heads. They've earned the right to feel like kings, but as the saying goes, heavy is the head that wears the crown. Reindeer make long migrations every year through the harsh conditions of the tundra. They face challenge after challenge, yet they prevail and even make friends along the way. Reindeer are known to be openly cheery and often form relationships with humans despite the challenging conditions in which they live. Reindeer medicine asks you, what responsibilities are you willing to endure in the pursuit of your dreams? Goals take work, even with the cosmic forces behind you. You will still face challenges on your soul's path no matter how aligned you are with your spirit. Reindeer medicine has come to your spread to tell you not to give up. The challenges you're facing now teach you how to be stronger and more resourceful and to find ways to face your fears. Oh my God. Rather than running from them. Stay the course, for you are on the path toward success. You may not see it now with harsh conditions in your way, but you're so close to what you seek. This message is amplified if you have pulled candle magic. Okay, that's weird because I almost mentioned the candle magic card when I was looking for cardinal medicine. I stopped on the candle magic card because last night when I was off on my weird journey, this is just crazy. Where was it at? They go on strange journeys. Yeah, long migrations. I mean, I didn't necessarily go into harsh conditions of tundra, but it was sort of this subconscious deep dive meditation process that I ended up going through, trying to get the message that I knew was trying to come through. And I mean, I'm glad I did it, and you know, it kind of makes some sense, whatever. But at the end of the day, I was like, why did I need this distraction right now before Cancer's reading? And I mean, it was so that I guess I could come back here and talk to you about it and tell you how much this is just crazy. So yeah, I'm not gonna really think about that. My cat's here we go, more distractions, right? Come here. Come here, Momo. Mosey. Moses boy. Come here. Moses. So weird. Now he wants to be in the reading. Oh, that's weird, guys. Okay. Are you done? All right, I'm going to just leave him. Okay. So I'm going to move on to the tarot now because this is just, I guess I could do a whole reading with these. That's not what I had planned. We'll see how it goes. Okay. So should I use Guardian? I feel like I have to ask what I should do right now. I had a whole plan and this is just off track, right? Once again, the reading is reflecting what happened to me yesterday where I was dragged off of my track and now I'm trying to get back on it. And yes, this is probably better than it would have been, but okay, I'm going to try this deck. If it doesn't work, I'll try that one. Maybe I might need to clarify. Who knows? Okay. Spirit. I already know you're here. But can you tell me more about this cardinal medicine? What is this about? What does Cancer need to know about medicine in general? Can you tell me what this is for Cancer, please? What is cardinal medicine? All right, we have the Five of Cups, which very clearly came up in reverse. The World, the Seven of Wands at the split. Strength card and the Three of Cups. Okay, Cancer. I definitely feel like there are other people involved here in whatever the situation is. But with the Five of Cups in reverse, to me this is about letting go. This is about not having regret anymore. You are worth all the seas and all the skies and all the desires you hold inside. So with the Strength and the Three of Cups, I feel like this is talking about you finding your courage, finding your strength in those who celebrate you, those who honor your value, like I was saying. And it's giving you some strength here to let go of something where, you know, something that didn't work out, something that you have some sort of regret about or some sort of, you know, sorrow about, something you were probably dwelling upon for some time. We have raccoons here. I don't know if these animals mean anything to anyone. Raccoons here. And the Strength card has a snake and a mouse on it. So to me, I mean, first of all, raccoons are brilliant, right? They're resilient, they're resourceful, they know how to survive under whatever conditions. Like, a raccoon is never going to starve to death. It will find food. It will innovate in order to get what it needs. And with this strength card here, I feel like a sense of some sort of mercy, Cancer. Like, either you or someone else, take it, you know, however it resonates. I feel like one of you could have just devoured the other, but you didn't. But you didn't. Because, I mean, the snake eats the mouse. Period. But it's not. And there's a heart here, which kind of reminds me of the Three of Swords. Some kind of heartbreak. Some kind of something between the two of you. And instead of just pulverizing each other, I feel like you've come to some sort of understanding here. Because I feel, yeah, I mean, the mouse is looking up, like, at the snake, almost like admiring him, like, and the snake is kind of looking down, like, it doesn't seem like it's going to attack, and the mouse doesn't seem like it's afraid of the snake, you see? Very interesting. So, I mean, it could have been, like I said, I can't help but see Three of Cups here. We have the heart here, which reminds me of the Three of Swords, and the Five of Cups here in reverse with the 3 cups spilled. So I feel like there's some sort of separation, some sort of drama, heartache, something going on here that is being released. And maybe the two people, you and somebody else who are involved in this, are actually coming together and having an understanding of sorts instead of killing each other. And I mean, that's worth celebrating, right? That's worth celebrating. And coming back to this message, I mean, I do kind of feel that on this strength card, like honoring. And where was that? Was this about partnership? This is the one about partnerships, wasn't it? Hold on, I gotta look that up. I can't. I'm sorry, your reading's gonna be so long, Cancer. But I believe this is the one that talked about partnerships and honoring the uniqueness, right? Yes. Remembering that your unique, beautiful magic is why your partner loves you to begin with. Yeah, these two are very different. But what the mouse can do, the snake can't, and vice versa. Right? I mean, they do have some things in common. They're both, you know, fast and they can slither around undetected. Things like this. But these are two very different creatures here. And I just feel like there's like a recognition between them, like an amount of respect. And like a coming together. I do feel, sometimes I do feel that on the strength card, like, and I'm definitely feeling it on this one. This is a new deck, by the way. I've hardly used this at all. So these images are fairly new to me, which is why I'm acting like I've never seen this before. But there are some strength cards that do depict this, like the two, I don't know, sort of adversaries, right? There's always one, like normally it's the lion and the woman, and or is it a woman or an angel, or I don't remember, but it doesn't matter. But yeah, and the other one, the weaker one, is sort of charming the big bad one, right? And there's sort of like a recognition that, like, look, we can be better together. Because another message of the strength card is about sort of taming your inner beasts, like needing to, I mean, it can sometimes be about overcoming, you know, anger issues or addictions and anything that's kind of vexing for you, and just realizing that, you know, it's, I'm better with you or with somebody else, and whatever the case may be. Like, it's basically saying to the other, like, yeah, we're better together. A little bit emotional there. But, I mean, as a side note, I did feel like, make sure that the other side of that coin, whether you're the mouse, whether you're the snake, whatever, make sure that they understand your worth. Make sure you keep them in check. Don't let them slide into sort of devaluing you. I don't know. I feel like that's important here, and it came right out. So I have to say that. But otherwise, I feel like this is a chance for you to celebrate and really, you know, be excited about that accomplishment, right? About overcoming some sort of issue that caused you pain, clearly. What is this hearth? I mean, it could be, okay, the Tower in reverse. Five of Pentacles. Page of Cups. Yeah. First of all, as I was going to say before these cards popped out, I feel like regardless of the fact that there might be some sort of mutual understanding, right? A truce, so to speak, being called, and a coming together. Three of Cups can be a card of reuniting. Okay, reconciliation. Regardless of that, I feel like your heart, your hearth, so to speak, your warm, fiery, nurturing, the goodness of Cancer, right? I feel like it's a little cold still. You're a little on guard still. The Tower in reverse with the Page of Cups. I feel like you are still kind of thinking about that tower in the background, right? Like, is it gonna blow up? Are we really, you know, are we just delaying the inevitable? Did we really avoid this? I feel like there's still this feeling. You're still holding on a little bit to the burden of being left out in the cold. King of Pentacles, you could be dealing with an earth sign, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. Capricorn. The Devil card is the next card. You gotta be shitting me. Temperance, Ace of Wands. I mean, look, okay, if I can put you at ease a little bit. I got the King of Swords, the Queen of Swords here, but I also have the Ace of Wands and Temperance and the Six of Pentacles. I feel like this is going to balance out, but with the King of Swords and the Queen of Swords now, I do consider this a pair. But this is a pair they're both a little logical. They're both in their mental energy, a little strategic, a little cold. Okay? And so I feel like you don't need to feel bad about being cold, turning yourself off a little bit, turning the fire down a little bit. You don't need to feel bad about that. I feel like that's warranted. That's warranted here because, like I said, I do see the Ten of Wands. So there was a burden put on you by this situation. And now you've been made to feel a little bit insecure, like the other shoe, when's the other shoe gonna drop, right? So that's warranted for you to feel that way. However, Six of Pentacles, the Temperance card, I do feel like things are going to balance out. There is going to be a balance here, a healing energy, a new beginning. Ace of Wands. Just looking at the imagery here. But I almost feel like this frog is you. There's a cup under the water, see? And this frog has one leg in the water. The cup represents your emotions, love, new beginnings in love, things like this. But then the rest of him is kind of on this rock here, clinging to the rock, almost like for security, right? But that's not the card I wanted. Where'd it go? Six of Pentacles. Well, there's a bull on this card. That's Taurus energy. And a bird. Okay, well, I don't know what these animals are, and I haven't read the book. I never really read books that come with cards. I find most of them don't really help me understand anything. But I do think that these two, don't ask me what this bird is, but I do feel like these two have a, whatever this bird is, I feel like it has, what's it called? Like a symbiotic relationship with the cow. Like a, oh God, I wish I could remember this, because I know I've learned this somewhere. It's like a you scratch my back, I scratch yours type of situation. And in time, okay, that's basically how you rebuild trust, right? You give, I give. Then you give, and then I give. And you go back and forth until you've rebuilt that trust. Until you've healed the relationship. Temperance card, that to me, this is about harmonious relationships, healing it out, alchemizing it, turning a bad situation into a good situation, being able to breathe, because I feel like this like constriction in my chest right now, like being able to let go of this fear that this person's just going to abandon you again, or whatever the case may be, that this is going to come back around with the Tower in reverse, like it's just waiting to happen. But I don't think that is the case. I also feel like if you are dealing with a, I mean, this goes without saying, I just almost said that without even thinking about it. But if you are dealing with a Capricorn, that person's going to be influenced by this moon, no doubt. It's the full moon in Capricorn. It's going to pull on them. It's going to tug on them. Something's going to be disturbed in them. But I can't help but notice this devil here is like a bunny wearing a mask, like an antler, like a deer with antlers mask, right? It's like a skull. It's like a skull with the antlers, but actually this is a bunny, okay? So if you were dealing, I guess it doesn't have to be a Capricorn, but if you were dealing with some sort of character here that maybe you demonized and thought was a devil, I feel like underneath it all, this person was a scared bunny the whole time. That's for somebody. But yeah, so you're both in like this cold energy right now. But I mean, the good news is you're both owls. And you're matched. You might be different. You might be changed. You know, you might not be the same person. They might not be the same person. But you're still a match, okay? You're just a little colder right now. And like I said, I see that balancing out. I do. And King of Pentacles is here. If this is a marriage, if this is a long-term relationship, I feel like the changes coming in here are also long-term. They're permanent. The King of Pentacles to me is a card of permanence. This is somebody in it for the long haul. He's slow. He can be a little adverse to change. You know, a little old school, a little outdated. But he is dependable. Reliable. Okay. Anyway, back to this. I feel like with the Page of Cups, I feel like you feel like you're starting over. Like you're starting over from the ground up. Like you are in page energy. I don't know what this animal is. What is this? I wanted to say it was a hippo, but it's not a hippo. Is it? I don't know what this animal is, Cancer. But I do think it's swimming. Maybe. I don't know. It's a weird imagery. Doesn't matter. I'm not really getting much off of this, except that there's that bird again. There's that implied symbiotic relationship again. So you're down here in this page energy, which to me is, as soon as I saw it come out, tells me that you're like, let's start all over. But I'm down here in this page energy. You know, I'm not going to necessarily trust you, because I'm still kind of holding on to this, like, did we beat it? Did we avoid the disaster? Are we over it? And, you know, kind of in the clear. I feel like you are, but let's move on to the reindeer medicine. Tell me about reindeer medicine for Cancer, please. For Cancer. All right, sorry, this deck's a little big, even for me, and I like a big deck, but whoop. All right, I'll take you. What's reindeer medicine, please? Journey into the depths of your soul. All right, this Ace of Wands again. Okay, the Ace of Wands flipped out. Kind of spiraled around. One more? Can I get more? Or are you just gonna be like... I think, okay. Nine of Wands. Okay. Queen of Wands. Yeah, there you go, girl. Queen of Wands, the Star, yes. Eight of Pentacles, the Lovers. Yeah. Three of Wands. Okay. All right. So I feel like first card out's the Eight of Swords. I feel like you're going to be stuck for a little while in that energy that I was talking about, waiting for the other shoe to drop, not really wanting to come out of your little protective bubble, I want to say. I don't know what is happening in this card, to be honest with you. I thought it was like a snake coiled up protecting the moon, which made me think of you protecting yourself, but it's actually like owls and clouds or something, and this looks like a nest. I have no idea. I should probably read the book and find out, or I guess I could just guess and interpret it myself. But because I saw it that way, that's exactly how I'm seeing it. You're going to be a little bit coiled around yourself, right? You know, you're going to be protective of your emotions. Like I said, cold. You're going to be a little bit different than you normally are. But, and here we have that deer energy again, this buck moon energy. There's definitely healing coming in, okay? Eight of Pentacles, the Star, the Lovers. The Eight of Pentacles came out actually in front of the Lovers, so I feel like the partnership is what you're going to be working on. Queen of Wands, yeah, don't lose sight of what a star you are, okay? Queen of Wands, the Star. I feel like that was one of my first messages, and it came out for me in the cardinal medicine. Just, you need to hold on, okay? Do not forget how amazing you are. Regardless of what happened here, you need to hold on to that. I mean, because that's one way that you hold this other person accountable, right? And make sure that they are honoring that too. If you forget it, then it can be easy for someone else to forget it if you don't remind them. I mean, you shouldn't have to, but... So, Three of Wands, I definitely think that you are going to need to be patient. Eight of Pentacles. I mean, it is something you're going to have to work on, okay? But you're going to see results. It's going to manifest into healing, into... I mean, I want to say something more passionate because the Queen of Wands is here and this Ace of Wands spun around. And that kind of drew me back to the path, the distraction, the kind of weird tangent of taking the long road to get there. So And maybe you've already experienced this, like a series of like false starts with this person. You're like, yeah, new beginning, we got this, we're doing this. And then it kind of went sideways. It's going to maybe do that again. I'm not going to lie to you. It might do that again. But I mean, eventually it came out on top. So if you can tolerate this person, I'm not saying you need to give this person a million chances. I'm not at all, because you're coming out here, you know, at the end of the reading as the Queen of Wands with the star. You don't have to give concessions to anyone unless you want to. And if you do give them concessions and you do say, okay, fine, I'm sticking it out with you, then keep them in check. Remind them of what they have. You don't need to be a bitch about it. You don't even need to be direct about it. You know, you can, you know, you're Cancer. You can do that. You can subtly remind somebody of what they have, yeah? Okay, and the Nine of Wands here, okay? This to me is good. This to me says that once you reach the end of this long and winding road, regardless of where you are right now, maybe you're at the end, maybe you're still on it, I don't know. But once you reach the end of this long and winding road, and probably a period of sort of recouping, of having to protect yourself. I mean, we have a porcupine here shooting off, you know, its quills or whatever you call those, right? And a fox here, kind of like, I don't know if it's in the line of fire or what's happening here, but it came out reverse. So I do feel like you will be able to, well, one, find this final wand to make a 10, to let go of that burden. But I feel like you'll also be able to eventually, once again, with medicine, you'll be able to let those guards down and come out of your protective sanctuary, right? You'll be able to open up your emotions and feel safe. It's just going to take time. I mean, that's just how life is. Things don't happen overnight. People, especially when we go through something in a relationship, and you can't just repair that overnight. Like, that takes healing of your emotions, right? Like, because I mean, I don't know what we're talking about here, what we're dealing with, but in certain circumstances, you can't even look at a person without your heart hurting sometimes, right? And so whether or not you ever get past that is your own choice and your own timeline. And, you know, remember that the other person's a person as well on their own timeline with their own choices, and they might, you know, maybe it hurts them to look at you. Even if they're the ones who were in the wrong, it could still hurt them to look at you. And if they did something wrong, it should. It should. That's how normal human beings react to things. I feel like I need to point that out. Like, if somebody does you wrong and they don't feel bad about it, they might be a sociopath. But that's a whole nother day. That's a whole nother reading. So, yeah, know that. With work and time and patience, Cancer, you're going to call in change. You're going to heal this partnership. Okay? I almost feel like that's all I have to say. Just remember your worth. And remember that there's a purpose in the journey, right? Sometimes the journey is literally what you're going to need to draw on for the solution later on. Okay? That's what I have for you, Cancer. Thank you so much, and I will see you next time.